Hey there, Flynn here, and welcome back once again to the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, as a very dramatic video is playing in the background over here. I think it's a commercial for the RSI links or something, but today is day 5. We are in Apex Hall, and of course the manufacturer today is RSI, which I'm pretty sure everybody here is familiar with. Like you have to be, right? Like, that's Robert Space Industries. It's the grandfather of the quantum drive, right? They literally invented space travel as we know it. And here we go. Okay, so a pretty strong showing in the hall right now. I'm a big fan of this. The Polaris, man, this ship just became available to civilians, and this thing is awesome. We've had a ton of fun adventures in the verse with it. And actually, I'm currently trying to put together a video where we went out with 3 of these things and hunted down an Idris frigate. We essentially formed an entire fleet, and that's gonna be a really fun video. Can't wait to release that one. Speaking of the grandfather of space travel, this is the RSI Zeus. So the Zeus Mark I was actually the first civilian ship to have a quantum drive, and this is the updated version of that. Of course, you know, almost, oh gosh, what is it, like over 900 years later, give or take. I do like the Zeus. It's a very, very nice ship. Kind of dubbed the Dorito by the community, lovingly so. As you can tell, kind of by looking at the overall shape of it, right? I like it quite a bit. I took it out in one of my more recent space vlogs, and here's the interior of it. It's very spacious. It has some good windows in it, a good common area sort of here, you know, for the crew. Kind of a cramped sleeping area, but the fact that you can have like 4 crew members on this ship is really, really impressive. They'll be quite cramped, I'm afraid. But as far as the overall layout of the ship, like the cockpit, these struts here do kind of impact visibility, but that's just sort of RSI's design language at this point. Good component access, sort of like an airlock here, docking port. I think it's non-functional right now. Of course, in the showroom. But no, the Zeus is a very, very cool ship, and I know the people that own it, they absolutely love it, and I can absolutely see why. And of course, here is the RSI Polaris, currently, you know, the most effective ship civilian can currently own until they send out those Idrises to people. I'm personally waiting for mine, and while I'm waiting for that, I actually have the Polaris as a loaner. It's pretty cool to have full access to this thing. The only problem is that it's literally impossible to crew this thing as a one-man crew. You really need at least, bare minimum, probably I'd say 3 to 5 crew members if you want to actually use the turrets. And this is the torpedo bay. This is one of the coolest parts of the Polaris here. Of course, you have 28 size 10 torpedoes, which these things are absolutely massive. One of these things will one-shot a hammerhead, actually. These are just insane. Really expensive, though. I think it's like 300K a piece, something like that. I'm not going to give a full tour of the Polaris. That'll take up literally the entire video. So we're just going to keep going down to the other parts of the hall here and see what else this expo has to offer. Really cool ship, man. Like, just seeing it in person, it's really hard to get the size and scale of it on camera, but this thing is absolutely massive. Like, when you're looking up at it, it takes up your entire field of view. So over here, we have some weapons, once again, right? Some really cool weapons going from the smallest all the way to the biggest. All right, now let's run down here towards the belly of the expo and see what this place has to offer. Alrighty, a whole lot of nothing so far, by the looks of it. Let's check over here. Okay, so this seems to be the Ursa series, right? Yeah, we have the Ursa rover right here, and then the Ursa medevac. This is really cool. It has kind of a regeneration point in the back of it. These are very good vehicles that fit in just about all of the medium to large size ships. And it's a very, very cool and handy thing to have. This is the Lynx. I'll be honest, I don't really know the entire purpose. Oops. Kind of hard to get in this thing. I don't really know the entire purpose of this. I think it's just a cool, like, taxi, essentially. Not really meant for combat scenarios. So, but if you're driving around like in this, I don't really know why you wouldn't just have one of the more luxurious craft, like maybe like the G12 or something like that from Origin. It's a very different design language, even though it looks the exact same. The materials are completely different from these things over here, right? It's a good space rover. Not gonna hate on it. It's too early in the morning for that. Basically, like almost every single ship, it's very rare that I find one that I dislike. There is a few. Ooh, and this is not one of them. This is absolutely sick, dude. This is, of course, the classic Perseus gunship. And this is obviously a very, very old design. I think it was originally made in the 2500s, if I'm not mistaken. So this ship was actually designed before shield technology was available on, like, what I guess this would be considered a smaller ship for the time, believe it or not. They didn't have shield technology. So this thing is actually incredibly well armored. It got discontinued for a little while until it was during the Battle of the Oberon system, if I'm not mistaken. There's like one really old aging Perseus there that kind of helped turn the tide of battle somehow. Like, it took down a few ships that were like above its weight class here, but this dual size 7 cannons here. And they actually recommissioned it, put it back into production, and what you're seeing here is essentially the Mark II variant of the ship. More updated, you know, better designed, more modern components. Still kind of keeps the same exact design philosophy. I'd put it directly between the Polaris and the Hammerhead. That's the niche, the sort of role this thing fits. And it does it very, very well. This is a fantastic ship. Really, really awesome. Cool profile. Very effective. And here, oh gosh, is this the Galaxy? Let me see. Yeah, this is the Galaxy. So I kind of talked about this a little bit the other day. This is sort of your jack of all trades kind of ship, you know, for exploration, base building. Has a whole bunch of different modules. Actually, this is a ship that I was considering getting, but all my money went towards that Flight 4 Idris. So if I didn't buy that, I would have bought this. This is a really, really awesome ship as well. You can tell they all kind of have this classic design language here, right? The kind of like triangle look. And I think it suits RSI very well. I don't think I actually own an RSI ship. That has to change, honestly. That has to change. Okay, so here is, what is this, the Nautilus? Oh, I was completely wrong. This is the Arastra. This is the mining ship. So this is kind of your multi-crew mining ship. I guess maybe a step up from the Mole, I'd imagine. I believe it has a built-in refinery as well. Let's see. It has remote operator seats. That's the crew members of the Mole really wish they had this. And yeah, an onboard refinery. So this is an interesting design here. I am a fan of it. We're very, as much as we are combat focused, we're very, very industrial focused. I'd say probably more so industrial than combat focused. This is going to be a staple of our org, 100%. Okay. I don't even know what this is. The Apollo Triage. I'll be honest, I know literally nothing about this apart from the fact that it's a medical ship, so I can't really talk a whole lot on this. Let's read the blurb here. Gold standard in medevac and rapid emergency response vehicles. Okay, so you medrunner folks, you'll probably really like this, I imagine. All right, well, that is the underbelly here. Let's go see what the other halls have to offer. Alrighty, let's look over here. Okay, so 2 of the halls are actually empty, it appears. We have the Aurora series. That's kind of cool. And the Constellation room. Well, that'll be fun. Actually, I really like the Connie series. I can't believe I don't own a Constellation. I feel like I'm in the minority in that regard. This is, of course, you've probably seen it so far. This is the cargo sort of expo here, right? Kind of an advertisement for the Interstellar Transport Guild, all that kind of stuff. Alrighty, over here is the classic Aurora series. This is actually, I think, this is one of the oldest ship designs still in production, I assume, right? I mean, not counting the Mark II variants of ships like, you know, the Perseus or other things like that. This is your classic, I want to get into the verse for the first time. What do I buy a ship, right? It's always kind of been this, like anywhere from your average, you know, space family wanting to go experience the stars to your luxurious businessman, right? They have different packages for everybody. The ship has been around forever. It's a tried and true design. It's just, that's all there is to it. It's a basic ship. It flies around the verse, can do most any job at a lower level, at the very least. Like stepping inside this thing, that's kind of how it operates. Pretty cool. Not a whole lot of space, but it has like a little bed back here, right? You can just kind of take a break on long voyages. Not a whole lot of amenities. Look at these old flight sticks here. It's cool, man. Like, I do like the Aurora series. Personally, I started with the Mustang Alpha, but I absolutely understand people who really like this ship here. I assume for many people it has a very special place in your heart still. And over here is the RSI Mantis. So this is kind of your interdictor type of ship here. A lot of the space cops kind of use this ship. It kind of makes sense that RSI, who basically normalized, you know, civilian space travel with a quantum drive, provides the means to stop that and interdict it. This ship can pull you right out of quantum drive on space lanes. And I've actually been interdicted by pirates personally that had the same exact ship. So I have mixed feelings about it. I think I lost like 6 million worth of cargo when that happened. That was not a very good day. Great day for them. I'm sure they were very happy. Me, it was rather disappointing. And basically just more variants. You know how I feel about variants on ships. I kind of talked about this in day 2 of the expo. Personally, I would just say get the base version and then maybe from there buy something a little bit more specialized. There's only so much you can really do with one specific model. Let's go to Hall 3 and check out the Constellation series. Alrighty. And here we go. Oh yeah, the Scorpius. Okay, somehow I actually kind of forgot about the ship's existence. I forgot bad about that. This is the Scorpius and the Scorpius Antares. The wings kind of fold out, obviously similar to your classic sci-fi, you know, X-Wing type fighters. I think it's one of those dual-piloted ships. I could be wrong. Yeah, so this is a heavy fighter. Bi-wing configuration, rail-mounted remote turret. Yeah, so it has to be, with that turret up there, I assume it's a dual canopy setup here. See if I can actually, can I get inside of it? Yeah, so I can enter the pilot seat or enter the gunner seat. Let's go in the gunner seat. Let's see what this is about. So I guess if you want to do some dogfighting, and you have a friend that really doesn't like flying, this is perfect for that. Otherwise, they're just going to be sitting back here, just kind of staring at a whole lot of nothing. I'm going to assume you enter the remote turret through one of the buttons here, which of course we can't actually use at the moment. Wait, what did I just deploy? Oh, that's sick. Oh, look at that. So that's the rail-mounted turret they were talking about. Okay. Then you can kind of retract it and it goes back up. That's cool. So you can get some really good coverage, I suppose. Top and bottom of the craft. Well, that's cool. I like it, actually. Alrighty, now here is your workhorse of the verse, essentially. Also a really, really old design, but really classic. These ships are actually due for a retrofit with some more modern materials, more modern designs, and I'm really looking forward to that upgrade here. This, as it says, is the Constellation Aquila. With this, you're looking at a more rounded sort of cockpit view. Now, I've talked a bit on variants of ships, right? I've mentioned that a couple times so far. This actually does it pretty well. It takes a base design and actually changes it pretty much radically to fit each specific role that it wants to fit. Right, if that makes any sense. So it's not just like your base variant of ships like the Freelancer or the Aurora. This one actually fundamentally changes the ship. Like, for example, here's your Constellation Taurus. This is your kind of, cheaper cargo hauler. It's made out of not quite as durable materials, but it's still great. It's a great ship. This, I believe, is your exploration ship, if I'm not mistaken. Let's read the blurb on it real quick. What does it say? Yeah, it is made for planetary exploration and enhanced visibility and sensors. So yeah, this is really, really cool. This cargo bay kind of goes down. You can fit a bunch of rovers in there, a bunch of cargo. It's a pretty classic design. Over here is your Constellation Phoenix. This is kind of your luxury transport vehicle. The inside of this thing is actually very, very unique. It has like a bar, it has a wood paneling and different layout entirely. This is a cool ship. Can I go inside of it? Let's see. There's your cargo bay. You can call down the elevator here. Yeah, there we go. Call down the elevator here. Just kind of go up just like this. I'm always afraid it's gonna smash my head on the top of that thing there. Yeah, so this isn't so luxurious back here. Oh, here's the cockpit view. Oh, here's the cockpit view here. A lot of struts that can kind of get in the way, but that's fine. Good defense and good firepower out of this thing. It really is. This is kind of one of my more favorite variants, even though Origin kind of does it better than some of their ships. I just like the way this thing looks. Yeah, I mean, just look at this thing. It has like a bar, has like a table, meeting table here. Pretty sure this is a pool that opens up, I think. Yeah, your bedroom here. This is a really cool looking ship. I actually really, really love this dark wood paneling. It's really, really cool. And I guess I'm getting old, man. I'm starting to appreciate kitchens and wood panelings and shit. Oh shit, I almost forgot about this, man. These ships were actually designed with, was it Kruger Intergalactic? They kind of worked hand in hand in a way. And because of that, you see a bunch of these snub fighters. So you can actually go from the ship into this snub fighter. So you don't actually have to go in the atmosphere with this big ship. You can take the snub fighter out, go down and dock it. This is the same exact type of ships that I talked about the other day with the Fury series. These bedrooms could really use something in the corner here, like a desk, but I guess you can add that after the fact. More crew quarters, I guess, for the crew. Maybe this is more of a, like, you're transporting luxury individuals around. But if you have that kind of money, why not just buy like a 600i or something? I don't know. I guess I'm a fan of multiple ships doing the same type of role. Kind of keeps things fresh. I'm not gonna hate on it. I really like it. I do like the ship. It's cool how the design language, I think, changes between all of them. And this is, of course, the base variant. This is the Constellation Andromeda. Probably one that I think most people probably own, is this variant here. It's just a classic, man. Everybody knows the Connie. Everybody. And that same could be said for pretty much all the RSI ships. Basically, everything they make is like an instant classic, more or less. And that is the Connie section of the expo there. What the fuck? Dude, okay. It's a theme every single day so far that we've been at this expo. There's been a dead body of some sorts. I don't really know how or why, but I just kind of expect it at this point. I don't really understand it. Like, I know the verse has been dangerous lately because of pyro, but you can't go to a freaking expo without a dead body being there. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, that was IAE day 5, I believe. Wow, it's been 5 already. Jeez Louise. I'm really enjoying the series, actually. It's kind of fun. I don't normally do daily vlogs, right? It's a bunch of work and I still have family stuff to do, but it's been fun for me to kind of make these videos, just kind of cover events like this. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to explore. I've been doing it anyway, so I might as well just record it and talk about it while I'm doing it, right? This is really fun for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well. There's been a lot of support on this series, so thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. And special shout out to the people that support me directly, that are channel members. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.